Greetings, believers and non-believers. This is RabidApe. Yeah, it's pretty freaking weird, huh? Yeah, too bad I'm not going to edit this, because I know it makes people happy to see a nice long video there. So, I'm going to ramble for a while, and I'm not going to edit very much or at all. I'm going to try not to edit at all. Okay, so, I saw this thing. A couple things here. I guess my real general topic, I want to ramble on some thoughts that have been inspired in me by Sam Harris. I know most of you aren't going to do it, but if you really want to understand where I'm coming from here, you need to go watch this video first. And it's not short. It's like 40 minutes long, but it's really, really, really thought-provoking stuff there. But, so kind of as a result of watching that video with Sam Harris and talking to some of my atheist friends in real life, which there's not very many of them, but I've got a couple. I've kind of just rethought a lot of things, and Sam Harris has this tendency, probably more so than anyone else I can think of off the top of my head, and it's still not very much, but he's really got a way of making me look at things differently than I think I would have before. Like, I'm always ready to be surprised about stuff, but he's got a tendency of making me surprised about what I'm surprised about, I guess. I hope that makes sense. But he basically gave this talk at the Atheist Alliance International Convention where, it was this big gathering, and Harris and Dawkins and Dennett and Hitchens were there, and plenty of other people, and it was really cool, and I would have gone if I could have afforded a plane ticket and all that stuff. But basically he gave this talk where he kind of laid out a case for why we should stop calling ourselves atheists and kind of just let the word slip from our vocabulary. And I know a lot of you probably go, no, I'm a freaking atheist, and I'm proud of it. And I know what you're saying. I didn't call myself an atheist till very long ago. And it was about the time I found YouTube, and that's kind of why I'm here. But like, even though I was without theistic belief, it never occurred to me to call myself atheist. And but anyway, yeah. So I guess in a nutshell, what he's saying, and you got to go watch it to if you really want to if you want to discuss the finer points of this. But okay, I've got a quote here I actually wrote down. Okay, cool. Keep yourself on track, Ape. Keep yourself on track. Alright. As a matter of philosophy, we are guilty of a confusion. And as a matter of strategy, I think we have walked into a trap. And to kind of say in brief what he means by that, and watch the video if you really want to know. But as a matter of philosophy, we are guilty of a confusion. And that's basically what he's saying by that, is the term atheism in and of itself, even though we're embracing the label solely due to the fact that all it connotates is a lack of something else. Like, atheism in and of itself is without content, doesn't really say anything else about you or what you stand for or anything like that. And then as a matter of strategy, I think we've walked into a trap. Kind of ties in with that. A lot of times, in the context of debating with someone or just engaging in the public discourse, I know a lot of us are aware of this. The word atheist itself carries a lot of baggage. There's a lot of negative connotation, and for a long time I've been of the mindset that we need to embrace this word, and I want to make it mine, and yes, I'm an atheist and I'm proud, that's good stuff. But at the same time, when you call yourself an atheist, a lot of people, even if they're not implicitly aware of it, but when you apply that label to yourself, they think they already know what you're about and what you stand for. And anyone who spent enough time here on YouTube, and has paid enough attention, knows that the only things any two atheists have in common that you can be sure of is that they lack a belief in God or gods. My favorite discussions, I think I've devoted more videos to refuting Venom Fang X than I have to any one single topic. But probably the most fun I've had making a video was actually, off the top of my head, my little back and forth I had with FakeSagan. I guess I'll post some links over here. Like, I like to argue with atheists about, actual real world things. Like, that, to me, that's a more meaty kind of discussion. There's more substance to that. Like, trying to argue with Venom Bang X, like, from my point of view, it's like me, it's like you're trying to argue with me that this beer is not wet. And all I can do is I can sit here and show you that it's wet. I can demonstrate, but if I, see what you do to me, Venom Bang X. Woo! I told you I'm not editing this. Sorry. So yeah, the whole thing with the word atheist, like, you really got to watch this video, and that's kind of okay. Where that's taking me, I'm not ready to drop it altogether. And you know what? Actually, I remember I saved this now. This is a very good point related to this concept. And yeah, I'm still having computer problems. I'm actually using a borrowed machine. I usually have 2 monitors, so I can tell when my webcam's pointed at the screen. I'm just kind of guessing on this. It's probably noisy. Sorry. Okay, so check out this line here.
Well, rather than declare ourselves atheists, I think we should simply advocate intellectual honesty and reason. And where this advocacy brings us into collision with religion, as it inevitably will, we should notice that the points of collision are always with specific beliefs, and not with religion in general. There is no religion in general. And
that part right there, that's kind of really, that said a lot to me. I've seen a lot of people here, and I wouldn't be surprised if even myself have been guilty of overgeneralizing and talking about how we're against religion, and that's this. It's an all-encompassing term that like, I'm not against all religions. Anyone who's read or listened to enough Sam Harris talks knows about the religion of the Jains. If you don't know who the Jains are, that's Jain. The central tenet of this religion is nonviolence. I don't know it off the top of my head. I'm not going to look it up right now. But they're basically, their only commandment is do not, kill, harm, subjugate, oppress, any living thing. Apparently, according to Sam Harris, the fundamentalist Jains wear cheesecloth over their mouths to make sure they don't accidentally inhale an insect. So basically, no matter how deranged you become as a Jain, you will become less violent. And you can't say the same thing about Christianity or particularly Islam. Yeah, I'm watching you guys. I'm watching you. Yeah. But so yeah, there is no religion in general, and when you paint the picture in being opposed to religion in general, a lot of times, people think they've already like, man, and see, I'm not as articulate as Sam Harris is. Basically, when you say that, people, like, everyone thinks this is what he said, yeah, and it's not that I think, I don't worship Sam Harris. He's just so eloquent. I can't say it better than him. Every religious person thinks that they have a knockdown argument against atheism. Okay, but going back to what I said earlier, no 2 atheists believe the same thing. The only 2 things, the only thing they have in common is a lack of belief in a god or gods. So I think what I'm gaining from all this, and what I'm going to do, is I'm going to shift my emphasis a little bit, and I'm not going to drop the term atheist, but I'm basically going to stop using it. Like, I don't know, like, this is, like, I'm wrestling with this. Like, this is, I want to open up some discussion. I want to disagree and have some good arguments, some good, constructive, let's change each other's minds, back and forth discussion with some of my fellow heathens. Like, watch the Sam Harris video. Tell me what you think, because I'm really I can't make up my mind. Everything he's saying makes so much sense. But at the same time, I know Richard Dawkins has talked about, and I can see the validity of, the fact that atheism has all this baggage with it. If we can turn that around and, make it to where that baggage is not there, but we still use the word, that would be so much more powerful, I guess. But, that goes back with the thing of atheism doesn't really say anything, so is it something that's worth fighting for anyway? I don't know. So I definitely want to hear some more about that. Yeah, that was really sloppy. Shift gears a little bit here. Kind of related to that. Not exactly the same thing, but it's, I dare say it's related. I'm going to shift my strategy a little bit. Not that I've been, particularly assholish or anything like that. And I don't agree with all the foundational claims that he makes, but Meloco has a video over here where it spoke a lot to me, and I think he does have some valid points there, even if maybe his execution wasn't the best it could be. So yeah, I'm going to try to, I don't know how else to say this, this is too strong of a connotation, but I guess I want to be a little more respectful, and I hate the way that sounds. Like it's not me bending over backwards. It is a matter of strategy, but if it really comes down to it, reality is on our side, and all I'm going to do basically is, I don't want to call myself an atheist. I'm not going to come out and just start bashing on people for this or that. I'm just going to, to use another phrase from Sam Harris in that video, which you need to watch. I'm just going to destroy bad ideas wherever I find them. That's basically it, So even though, the Jains, I'm sure, I don't know enough about the faith, but I'm sure it's got plenty of irrational baggage tied up into it, and they make some ludicrous claims about the universe, like most religions do. I dare say all, I don't know. There we go with the generalizing again. You gotta be careful. But, really, at the end of the day, if the world, if everyone that was Muslim, Jew, or Christian was Jain right now, I don't think, this wouldn't be the same kind of world. I wouldn't make the kind of videos I make right now. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. And now, okay, shift gears again. I scribbled some notes down here. I'm not following the structure, but it's like, that's a good idea. I was in Stickam. I've been spending, I was away from all the internet atheism for a while, in the past couple weeks, I guess. I still haven't been there a lot, but I've started to march over to the Stickam room, and, not the Stickam room, hanging out in different rooms on there. But that's, it's a different vibe. It's interacting with people in real time, so you don't, there's no chance to edit or take anything back, so, everything doesn't always come out as smooth as you might want, but, okay, what I'm trying to do, okay, let me rewind a little bit. Yeah, this is, I've been hanging out in the Stickam room lately, and I was talking to someone today, and they asked me, why is it that I do what I do, as an internet atheist activist, whatever, if I don't believe these things, why is it that I spend so much time on them? And, I've basically made a video about that already. And I guess it's because I've been out of the game for so long that, I didn't have just a canned response. And I ended up with this really sloppy answer. It kind of went on the, because that's a big, complicated question. Why do I make these YouTube videos? But, and I'm not even sure who was asking the question to begin with. I hope they're watching now. And I haven't scripted too much, but I'm going to try to just think about it a little bit more, because I don't think I pulled it off that well. So why is it that I do what I do? There are lots of reasons. It's complicated. There isn't any one thing. But if you really want to generalize it, I kind of boiled it down to 3 points. One, I want to prevent the spread of bad ideas. Number 2, I want to promote the advancement of science and critical thinking. And then number 3, I want to discuss the validity of and the methods of accomplishing the above. You know, so I am kind of taking it for granted that number 1 and number 2 are good things, willing to discuss if someone thinks they're not. But then I'm also here to figure out what's the best way to accomplish that. And when you say bad ideas, obviously that's very vague. That could mean a lot of stuff. But I'm not here to put myself into a box and say I'm fighting against all religion. Even though I've probably said that before, and I kind of meant it, but I really didn't. So you'll notice I'm changing my tune a little bit with my comments and my approach, and that'll hopefully become a little more clear. Wow, this is the fucking lamest video. Okay, yeah, I guess actually that wasn't too bad. I think what I want to start doing, just in the spirit of spreading good ideas, if you haven't seen this already, watch this video, Pale Blue Dot. It's some text read by Sagan, set to some nice music. Even if you've seen it already, watch it again. Please. I implore you. Do it for me. But watch that, and then I'm going to start ending my videos, and I'll include a link to this too. Actually, I'm going to write these down to include. In the spirit of spreading good ideas, this idea is so good that I think I'm actually going to start paraphrasing it towards the end of all my videos. I will provide you a link. I'm not trying to steal the idea. Okay, it's just a really good idea, and I wish more people would listen and just think about it. Think about it. I'm serious. Okay, this is me being sincere, more sincere than I've ever been. All of you watching this, please watch the Sagan Pale Blue Dot video, and then watch this Bill Hicks clip. If you don't know who Bill Hicks is, one of my biggest inspirations, more than Richard Dawkins or Sam Harris or anyone else. Bill Hicks is the man, and watch that clip. And I'm going to just paraphrase it, but please, I'm going to butcher it, but I'm going to start ending my videos with this just because it really moves me, and I hope you see. I hope you saw the sincerity. I was looking right in the camera. But if we want to make this world a better world, it wouldn't be that hard. We could change the world virtually overnight. Even just looking at our country, the United States of America, if we took the money that we spent on weapons and defense each year and instead spent it feeding and clothing and educating our fellow human beings, then we could explore space together in peace as one species. It's just a choice. It's just a choice. You choose between fear and love. Just watch it. Just watch it.